Guess what happened to me? I got stood up. I met this girl when I was out teaching boot camp. One of my students pulled her friend and I ended up pulling her to my car. As it turns out, she is actually my sister's coworker. So I ended up seeing her a different night, and at that point I thought she was going to be a part of my rotation. The third time we were supposed to hang out, she knew I was teaching a boot camp that night in the city, which I live an hour away from, by the way. So she invited me to come in a couple hours earlier and hang out at her place. Here's what happened. I drove in. I'm speaking to her the whole time on the phone. She's like, okay, call me when you're closer. Meet me here, meet me there. I end up getting into the city and I call her, and all of a sudden something changed. She's like, yeah, I'm actually with my friends now and we're pretty hungry, so we're gonna go get food. I'm like, I'm here though, so what do you want? You know, we're supposed to meet up. So she said, well, we're at Grand Central Terminal, so why don't you head over here? I'm like, okay, cool. So I head over there, and then she texts me, oh, we ended up going somewhere else. Come here instead. So I start heading over there, and then I get there and I call her and she doesn't pick up. And I text her, here, she doesn't pick up. Call her again, she doesn't pick up. At this point I realized I'm being stood the fuck up. That fucking cunt, that bitch, she wasted hours of my life. Luckily, I was talking to another girl that day who lived just a couple of blocks away, and I ended up hanging out with her instead. This is why abundance is a really good thing to have, because then you have other options to fall back on. Anyway, she texted me hours later. Hi, finally have my phone charged. It died and went back to Queens to charge up. What are you doing? As if nothing happened. So I say, LOL, bullshit. You treat me like a dog. Like a sick dog. She says, I swear you loser. How's your sesh? Referring to my boot camp that I was already teaching at that point. So I send her a little thumbs up emoji. She says, any progress? I said, baby steps. That was the end of our interaction for a while. We pick it up about a week or so later. She just texts me, ready for the weekend. I say, hey, yeah, can't wait to hang out with the fam. Blah, blah, blah. And then I kept in touch with her over the next week or so, sending stupid little texts like, Happy New Year, gangsta. You too, boo. This is referring to the Jewish New Year, by the way. Sent her a little Snapple fact picture that I got from a group chat that I'm in. And she texts me asking me about some cooking bullshit because I'm a chef. So she thinks she fucked up her cauliflower dish. So I give her some advice, and then I say, so sweet of you to cook for me though. She says, yeah, like that night you said you cooked me pasta, but ... I said, I fed you something way better. Which was a bit too much, but I didn't care. She says, whoa there, it's all about the follow-up. I say, the follow-up will taste even better. I'm taking you to dinner. She says, you are? I say, I think it'll be fun. Let's talk tomorrow. Can't wait. She texts me in the morning. So I say good morning in Hebrew, and she says, how are you in Hebrew? And I say, everything's great. And she says, good. And I say, so are you free tonight? Say yes. She says, I may be. I'm supposed to be seeing this guy, Jonathan Sheep. LOL, very smooth. I heard he's pretty cool. She says, always smooth. What are you thinking for tonight? I say, let's get dinner in the city. Ever been to ABC Kitchen? She says, I've heard, but heard of it. Let's. Cool, how's 8:30? She says, sounds good. can you call me an Uber when I'm ready? This is actually a good move on her part to make sure that I don't stand her up back, which is exactly what I planned on doing. So I say, actually, can you drive in? I have a spot for you at the parking garage in Union Square. She says, sure. So I give her directions. Then I text, Kay, reservation is for 9. Let me know when you head out. She says, on my way now. KK. She gets there, she calls me, and I don't pick up. So she texts me, hurt. See, sorry, I'm her. I guess that's her 21-year-old white girl way of saying I'm here. I say, did you park? I'm at Union Square. She says, yeah, there's a spot in front of my Jeep across from the lot. I say, Kay, I'll let you know when I'm there. Well, I never end up letting her know when I'm there. She proceeded to call me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And then she started texting my sister, who she works with. And then she started calling my sister. And then my sister started calling me too. So I'm getting phone calls from her, and I'm getting phone calls from my sister. And I'm ignoring all of them. She texts, coming to the lot? Haven't heard from you in an hour. Probably heading back. So I ignored her phone calls for the rest of the night and ignored my sister for the rest of the night. And then the next morning, I finally text her back. The same exact text that she sent me hours after she stood me up. Hi, finally have my phone charged. It died and went back to Jersey to charge up. What are you doing? Mission accomplished, baby! Woo! Fuck you, nobody stands me up.